Ring a ding ding, the phone's going off. Ryan here with another how-to video. I'm gonna go outside. This car I'm working on is a 2003 Mazda 6. Pretty sure it's got a 2.3 liter in it. Really not sure. But here you can see, this is how we get the exhaust manifold off. There is one bolt right here, 15 millimeter, one bolt right here, 15 millimeter, one bolt right here, 15 millimeter, and then down in between these first two, there's also a 15 millimeter. So you get all those off after you take the outer cover off of it, which has a bunch of these little 10 millimeters. There's 5 of them. And this is what that looks like. That'll come off there. And then you get under here, and this is the tricky part. Everything's been a 15 so far. But then you get here to this little booger that I'm pointing at with the spray on it. And that is a 14 millimeter. Not quite sure why that one's different. But they decided to go with a 14 right there. And that's just a bracket for this shield. But also, as we're under here, the ones I've yet to take out, you can see one right there, and you can see another one up here. So you need to get all those out. Those are all 15s up top. This bottom one's a 14. And then you come back here, and those flange bolts need to come out. And I'm not sure what size they might be for you, but for me they were 17 millimeter because they needed replaced, so I had to go buy new ones. Also, make sure when you put the new ones back on, you put the springs in there, because the springs do their job. And make sure you buy one of these to slide down in the flange. This is the old gasket. So it's actually pretty simple to take this exhaust manifold off. You just gotta get a handful of bolts out. You know, the hardest ones are going to be here on the bottom, but what I do is I take my 15 millimeter and I put it up on there, and then from the bottom here, if I can find it, take my breaker bar. Let me set this down for a minute. Alright. Alright, so yep, got her all hooked up here. See this? This is how I untorque stuff. I got a good angle on it. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a turn. And there you go. She's loosened up. A lot easier with that kind of leverage. So you can use air tools if you want, but I prefer to manually do things. Keeps me in shape. So thanks everybody for watching. This is a how-to on the exhaust manifold of a 2003 Mazda 6 with the 2.3 liter. Thank you. Hit the subscribe.